So I love you guys. You guys know this. I love you guys very much, and I take your feedback really, really seriously. So when I saw the overwhelming, tremendous support for me to continue on with SuperStates, I just had to. You know, I really enjoyed this series as well. I really think this is one of the best AI onlys in general that we've done. Partly because I'm able to run this game at speed 5, so we can just see so much than ever before, which in the past I wasn't able to do. But I really want to thank you guys. Like I said, I take your feedback like really, really seriously, and to see you guys want me to continue on is definitely something that I like to do. I can do it for another 5 more videos. There's reasons why I can't go past 5, and you'll know those reasons in the future because next week will be, you know, pretty crazy. But yes, thank you guys. Thank you all, and let's jump into this. And one thing I wanted to mention, and a lot of you guys already know this because I'm starting to see more and more people reply to the comments that are saying, like, Drew doesn't listen to feedback or anything like that. You guys know that I record in blocks, and I love when, you know, our community lets maybe some newer viewers know that I record in blocks, so I can't always integrate your feedback. That's the only way I'm really able to do 4 videos a day, or sometimes 5 videos a day, is because I have to record blocks at a time. So, and you know, keep in mind I go to school too, not right now, but I do go to school and things like that. So I have to record in blocks in order to still give you guys content. But yeah, I record in blocks. I want to continue the series for another 5 more videos, and we'll go on speed 5. So we should definitely get into the 1700s, which is a big thing that I know that a lot of people wanted. And again, thank you guys so much for all the support. I really like this, and I also got a lot of feedback from kind of Europeans, and because, as I said in the last video, there's definitely, it looks like I was somewhat wrong. I know that there are definitely certain people outside of North America that really don't like this series, but I didn't realize that's going to be the vocal minority. It seemed like there's a lot of support, so all around, which is great. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that, so we're going to do this for another 5 more videos, and we'll definitely get into the 1700s, which is something that I know a lot of people wanted. We'll probably get way past the 1700s, actually. We left off with the collapse of Texas and the Deep South kind of trying to revive itself here, but all new powers kind of coming into terms. We've got Guanajuato, Indiana, Montana, and New York. Those are kind of the new great powers, and let's not check on development just yet. We did check on development in the last video. I think it's safe to say, boom, alright, so there we go. We've got, who is this? Baja, Arizona. That is such an awesome name. That's really cool. Also, let's keep in mind Oregon becoming kind of that new California. I swear, I know I keep mentioning this, and you guys probably don't even believe me now, but I swear you can form nations, and it's just, we've just been unlucky we haven't seen any, but Oregon is very, very close to forming the Pacific Nation. We saw New England form last time. Oregon, I think, is very close to just becoming the Pacific state, or yeah, whatever. But yeah, there has been a few small wars. Looks like New York 8 out, 8. I probably shouldn't say 8 out. That sounds weird. Pennsylvania was kind of stuck here in Southampton. What? South? Oh, I thought I saw that for some reason. Or is that one of these other ones? Anyways, yeah, he was in this region, and Pennsylvania was eliminated by New York. So New York is looking good. Remember, New York's enemies, pretty much everybody in the region. Indiana, Mississippi, you know, obviously not liked by Rhode Island as well. New York has kind of a disadvantage here because, oh my gosh, Montana grew a little bit, it looks like. Because of what? British Columbia? Oh, yep, Alberta was in the middle. But, yeah, New York's in a tough situation because Northern Virginia is not really going to be the most helpful here. Not really the most helpful, but we'll see. Guanajuato, there's going to be less wars, and that's something that I do want to mention. There will be less wars because there are just a lot less nations around. Especially because as we've been going by, speeding through, you'll probably see a lot of small guys get eaten up. That's what I've been noticing. Okay, so big war here against, once again, Montana, Indiana, and Guanajuato. I'm trying to think of a cool allied name for these 3 nations because it seems like they're going to be dominating the series from now on. So Baja, Arizona versus Louisiana versus Iowa, with the two eastern Iowa and western Iowa and northern Iowa. I forgot that Iowa was all scattered. Missouri just kind of cutting into Iowa. That's kind of crazy. So this seems like it's going to be a pretty landslide victory, obviously, for Guanajuato. And their power is only going to grow. Texas is in a... I don't think we will see that revival of the Deep South, because Texas is just so weak now, and Guanajuato continuing to just gather up strength. This is going to be really interesting, because I believe what we should see here is... oh, I forgot Guanajuato had their own fronts with this nation as well. We should see Montana, Indiana, and Guanajuato kind of close down on the central U.S., leaving some pretty big borders between them both. I'm sorry, well, yeah, revealing just huge borders and probably border friction. They'll probably desire each other's lands. Guanajuato also allied to Oregon. Did they just get that alliance up? Yeah, they've got some crazy alliances right now. See, Indiana is the weak link, though. I think, if anything, Indiana is in the toughest of positions. Oh, did they grab this? Oh my gosh, they did. They grabbed a little piece of Louisiana, too, so Texas is being surrounded by all sides here. By just absolutely all sides. Iowa didn't lose much, did they? They didn't lose anything. Yeah, that was a war for, that was just a war for Baja, Arizona. I really liked that name, though. Oh, they're still here. That is really cool. I kind of want everything to be Baja. Sonora now cutting down the actual kind of Baja California, which is pretty awesome. Texas dealing with some peasants, and obviously they can't reinforce that region because Texas is pretty much stuck in eastern Texas. Western Texas might... Well, these are peasants, so it's not like any sort of separation is going to go down here, I don't think. I don't believe anything like that could happen. Who is Iowa allied to? Utah and Oregon. See, Oregon is in an interesting situation. What about Utah? Utah seems to be... Well, this part of Texas... Well, someone's going to go to war with Texas again. Now, that's the big thing. Is remember, keep in mind the development here that's taking place. Lots of development in the Deep South, which is part of the reason why I think they were so powerful. Lots and lots of development. Obviously, Guanajuato now becoming the big strength, though, so far, with all this green... all these green provinces. You know, Oregon's not bad either. And maybe Montana, yeah, you know, Montana might be a little bit overrated. I'm sorry for my Montana viewers or fans out there that are supporting Montana, but a lot of this region is very, very undeveloped. So it makes me wonder if maybe it won't be the strongest of nations. I mean, I think it's safe to say that if, yeah, Guanajuato had the help of Indiana to face Montana, then they would help, it would be a landslide, or vice versa. Okay, so that didn't take long. Oregon is not involved, though. I can almost guarantee you it's probably Guanajuato that declared this offensive war. Yeah, they are the attacker against Mississippi. Oh, they attacked Mississippi, it looks like. Oh, no, that's not right. Here, let me open up. Let's just kind of find out, because this is pretty important here. Indiana, and it's the Indiana Purge of Mississippi and heresy. That's something that we haven't checked in on. Okay, well, clearly my phone doesn't want to shut up right now. Okay, so let me turn that off. So, baptism. And that's part of the reason, is that Indiana is a majority Protestant. American baptism is actually American baptism has been pretty much very strong still in the Deep South. But the only part that's new, I think, is kind of Indiana. American baptism, I think, came up through Kentucky, too, back in the start of this campaign. Either way, it's safe to say, this is going to be a landslide victory. Now, Guanajuato is not the war leader. It's Indiana. They're the ones that declared the war. So, theoretically, I mean, they're going to have to give a little bit to Guanajuato because I'm sure they're going to provide a lot of support in this battle. But it will be ultimately the Indianan AI decision. No one else's. And ultimately, also, Drew, just stop with the ultimately. Indiana is probably going to take most away from Mississippi, which Mississippi to this point is still pretty strong. They are pretty much the same. Obviously, we're seeing them completely occupied here, but they're still pretty strong. They didn't end up losing that much. It was Texas that fell. Mississippi, the pretty strong right-hand man of Texas, though. Right-hand man of Texas. We also might see a whole new plethora of new states revealed. Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, South Carolina. I think we'll see one of them come back, because I don't think Indiana will just take up everything. Although it is 1678, and the AI does tend to be a little bit more aggressive when coming into the peace deals, usually due to kind of casus belli, different casus belli. Colombia doing really well, and that's something that I noticed over the break, kind of reviewing over the map, is that South America is certainly gearing up, heating up. And I think we even see, obviously, La Plata has become independent, Colombia independent, Peru. Lots and lots of stuff happening. Boom. Okay, I guess Indiana chose not to release anything. Texas didn't lose anything, did they? Oregon's at war with Texas, though. Oh. Yep. So Indiana getting a lot of strength here. A lot of strength, which they need because New York is their enemy. New York is their main enemy they have to worry about. So this is big. But anyways, yeah, South America is going to play a much bigger role. They all became independent. Oh, Portugal down here too, which didn't form a colonial name. Oh, is it New Portugal? No, part of it's Portugal, some of it's New Portugal. Interesting. And then yeah, Puerto Rico still stands, but we also have the Castilian West Indies, which is going to be a route of expansion for Mississippi if they wanted to. I have never seen the SuperStates mods go and extend outside of North America, but they might. We'll see towards the later parts. We should see some interesting things like that. So bam, a lot of West Texas was eaten. There's still regions of it located, but most of it was taken down. Nice job, Indiana. Very, very nice job. Again, this only, this only reinforces the idea that it will be between Montana, Indiana, and Guanajuato. Maybe Oregon and New York too, though. Oregon, New York being kind of the ones that could fall here. Is British Columbia allied to anybody? If they could get an alliance with Oregon, that would really save them. Would really save them. Oh, that is a very dominant alliance right there. I'm shocked that these two still like each other. Montanan opinion of Indiana 110, and the other way around 143. So again, it's kind of that Mississippi-Texas situation. I think their allies are going to drag them into each other's wars, or into a war between each other. That was ultimately what caused the demise of the Deep South Alliance. So who's at war with Utah? Pretty much everybody. No, just Montana, Oregon, and Guanajuato. There's no separate wars though, right? Yeah, Indiana didn't get involved. Probably because Indiana took a bunch of cores themselves. So again, American baptism is under attack. They are definitely under attack. You're going to lose a lot of territory out this way. You can see it kind of as we speak, getting pushed out of Tennessee, the northern part of Alabama, things like that. Yeah, and we'll see the same thing in kind of Carolina, Georgia, northern Mississippi, things like that. So that will be interesting to see if that religion still exists by the time we stop this campaign. Okay, so Utah remains, but Montana, who is it that took the most? Montana took all of it. Oregon didn't. Oregon got one. Only got one province out of it. So Utah's still alive. We'll see if they get up an alliance. I seriously doubt it. And now we have Missouri. Okay, so this is a little bit more interesting because none of the big powers are at war. We've got Missouri going after Iowa. Mano y mano war. Baja, Arizona technically involved, but I don't think they're going to have that big of an impact. It looks like Iowa might be able to connect. No, Missouri's got a 33 stack. Where is Iowa? Didn't Iowa just get demolished not too long ago? I thought they did. This is interesting because if one of these two states could come out as the dominant winner from this conflict, and then they get up a good alliance, who has a good alliance right now? They both... Okay, Missouri has the alliances. Missouri has an alliance with Oregon and Mississippi. Strange. Boom! Yes, we did see somebody new come. And that is South Carolina. So Richland and Charleston. Wait a second, look at North Carolina just got eaten up. I completely forgot about that because of Northern Virginia. Northern Virginia technically exists because Western Virginia hasn't been eaten. They'll probably turn into something else soon. Well, Northern Virginia exists because the original Virginia, it gets so complicated. The original Virginia lost a lot of territory, just like what we saw with Jefferson in Oregon State territory. I think it's safe to say, though, that Missouri will be the one that wins this. Texas involved in another war. Jeez. I feel so bad for them. This, I almost can guarantee Guanajuato is the cause of this one. Portugal's at war with who? Oh, okay. Just wondering. Kind of keeping a bigger eye on that. New York versus Nova Scotia with the help of Northern Virginia. Boom. There it is. So many crazy things. Obviously, Guanajuato can handle Texas, so Indiana will be able to focus its sights on New York State. Northern Virginia, I think, is a pretty strong ally to have, although I don't know when they just got out of that war. We started this video with them just having kind of Virginian territory, and now they cut into Northern Carolina territory. I don't know, what's their manpower at, if they were ever able to recover. That might have happened a long time ago. It doesn't really matter. I think Northern Virginia still is significantly stronger than Nova Scotia at the moment, but maybe I'm wrong about that. It all depends on development, right? Pretty much. Nova Scotia's somewhat well developed. Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, okay, 39. We'll see. We'll see what happens right here. This is the big one. Oh, crap. So, how did... That's a separate war. What happened to their relationship? Montana just went to war with Indiana, pretty much backstabbing Indiana. Indiana, an opinion of Montana's at 34. Why? Hostile relations. That must have just popped up. Border friction was probably a little bit of it. Neighboring tolerated heretics. That is also a big deal. Because Montana is predominantly, well, their state religion is state religion is disconnected Catholics. Catholicism, I guess. Or, yeah, I don't know. That's strange. But yeah, that might have been it, because Indiana's very strong Protestant. Did anyone else notice that Mormonism has been completely eliminated, I think? Yeah, completely gone. Just gone. Okay, so this is it's safe to say that Indiana's going to lose a lot of territory. There's no way they can fight between these two. Although Montana isn't that strong, I do think Indiana's probably more powerful than both New York and Montana. But combined, I don't know. Combined, I don't know about that. That's a tough one. Guanajuato, did you? Oh, you did. Guanajuato is just expanding their Dixie territory. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have to stop right there. Again, thank you guys so much for the support. I really, really appreciate all the support for me bringing back this series. Again, I love this series, and I also thank everyone that's not North America that showed their support. Again, I realize now it's just kind of a vocal minority that likes to not, I guess, likes to not watch these series, or just not like the series in general. But yeah, so I will continue for another 4 more videos now. Thank you again. I love you. And, again, I think I take your feedback super seriously. I really, really do. And I've said this for a long time. And if you've followed me for a long time, you'll know this. Like, I read comments every night before I go to bed. And I take it really, really seriously what you guys say and what you guys want me to do. That's one thing that I'll never stop doing, I'll never... Cracklord's talking right now. That's something that I'm never going to stop doing. I'm always going to read comments, and I'm always going to, take seriously what you guys think and what you guys want to see. So we will be coming back to SuperStates. I'm really excited because we've got a lot of things still going on. I love you guys. I really do. I love you, and I'll see you guys next time.